Hello, welcome to the morning show. We're back. It's Tuesday, August 30th. We're almost out of August. I'm wearing jeans for the first time during the daylight, probably since sometime in June. I'm over it. It's still too hot. I'd rather be wearing shorts, Maddie, but I'm wearing jeans because, well, I lost weight, so like a lot of my shorts are baggy on me. A lot of my shirts are baggy on me. I was very teetering between like larges fit better, but I was on the smaller end. They were always like not fitting. Mediums were way too tight and restrictive. Now mediums fit better. They're like tighter than the larges used to be on me. But some of the large shirts I feel like I'm swimming in now. So
Right.
my clothes situation and my shorts are super big because they're stretched out because I got them like 2 summers ago. So they're like the waistbands are all loose and stuff. But I'm not going to buy new shorts for a month because jean season starts October. And then I like put my shorts in the attic until May. Give me jeans and hoodies. Everyone who knows me knows that.
Yep.
That song was by Anna Tivel. And I, during paternity leave, did like one morning just randomly because I had a morning and coffee and James in my hands. And it was on the YouTube channel, which all these get posted to the YouTube channel. Thanks for joining live on AMP. Appreciate you. And if you are listening at home or you want to listen at home in the future, you can just say, Alexa, play morning on AMP, and it'll happen. But I love Anna Tivel, and she's just a poet that writes songs. And this new album came out, and I haven't really gotten into it yet, like really into it, because they're like poems you need to like listen. And I did a show during paternity leave where I listened to one of her songs and I was explaining it and why I liked it so much. I just read a review on a music review site all about this album, breaking down some of the songs, and I was like, oh, I want to get in there and like really think about them and stuff, because she's awesome. If you like slow music, although some of my favorite artists who are like really good songwriters are experimenting with like metronome or like EDM sounds, but not EDM, like in their like folk, and like John Moreland did. And I you probably don't know who John Moreland is, Maddie, but I love John Moreland songs. But his new albums, I'm a little disappointed. Like basically, he's gonna go do live sets of his new album where he's acoustic, and I'm gonna hunt those down. Or he releases an acoustic version of them.
Right.
John Moreland's like the king of sadness. The king of sorrow.
I think that this could be the most unrelated thing I've ever said, but T-Pain singing Buy You a Drink acoustic is beautiful.
On NPR, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song was so big.
Mm-hmm.
John Moreland's, yeah. I mean, listen to the name of these songs. Heart's Too Heavy. You Don't Care for Me Enough to Cry. Hang Me in the Tulsa County Stars. I like that one a lot. Sad songs, right? Cherokee. I think that's the saddest one. He's a big dude, John Moreland. But really good at writing sad songs. Anyway, Anna Tivel. She's also dating Jeffrey Martin, who I like him a lot too.
I don't know either of those two people.
Yeah, I don't. John Moreland's big in his arena. Like if you like alt country or like Americana acoustics type stuff, like you'd know his name. I would guess he's pretty big. He's had some really big albums. The Anna Tivel and Jeffrey Martin are not. I like them. Like Cherokee's got 2.4 million on this for him. There's some songs and bands I listen to and then I look at them on Spotify and I'm like, oh, no one knows this? Like, wow. I didn't realize that. There's one. All right, so Anna Tivel's top song on Spotify has 2 million listens. I wish there was a way to organize Spotify. Maybe there is that I don't know. Like actually show me their top songs, like sort them. Because what they do is they show you like their top 5 right now.
Okay.
And then they show you their total numbers. So like Illinois is their top 5 right now. It's got 2.5 million. But I don't know if that's her highest listened to song. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I always thought that when you just go to the artist page, I thought that list of 5 was their most listened to ever.
No, it's
Oh.
not. It's in order because if they'll have like John Moreland, he has 2 off his new album that have 150K, and that's not because that's not right. Like his top song has 11.5 million. Which is what I was saying. Like if you like know him, if you like this kind of music, you know who John Moreland is.
Oh, I see. Okay. It's on their page. It's called Popular.
Yes.
Mm.
But I would love to know some of that data. Like I think they hide it for other songs. I'm looking now, and yeah, even if you like go to it, it doesn't show you. It only shows you the plays for those top ones, unless there's a way to do this that I don't know about. Maybe the number 1 is the most listened to, but then it's just I don't even think so though.
No, it's not. Drake's number 1 is not. It has 180 million, and the one a few below that has 2 billion. So
Yeah. Well. Spotify's kind of odd because you just got to get into the. So that's like everything. You just got to get in the algorithm, but their algorithm is very handpicked. Like you can. They'll push you
yeah,
if you want. I don't think YouTube is like really just algorithm. They probably push some people, but I don't. Yeah, I guess so. And they bury people.
yeah.
I wonder though. Music industry is way different. They've had so much trouble with payola, shit like that.
We've got a playlist here from when we went to L.A.
Mm-hmm.
The other house
Yeah.
was Sam, Luke, Taylor, and I out there, and we made a playlist, and it just combines songs that we individually listen to that it thinks the 4 of us together would like. I thought that was interesting.
What genres were it? Like
Everything.
pop?
It's a playlist. It says a blend of music for the 4 of us, which updates daily. And next to every song, it has the little icon of the main person out of the 4 of us that they're pulling that song from.
Oh. Okay, interesting. You know how we used to do it on family car trips was you just pass the iPod around and everyone gets a song.
In the queue?
But because this was before Spotify, so it had to be like on the iPod.
Mm-hmm.
And Luke, who's 10 years younger than me, 8 years younger than my sister, he would always put on Bo Burnham. And we were like, or like some comedy routine.
Yeah.
So it'd be like song, and then like
Hour?
but just one song, like a 2 minute of a stand up. But Luke was like 12 and he would just, and we were like, you're supposed to build off the flow here. Like, you went punk, pop. Okay, I'll go punk pop. Oh, that kind of leads us into this. Now we're doing like,
right.
and then it was like, it was Bo Burnham all the time.
Right.
Back in like 2009, like 18-year-old Bo Burnham when he was just like on YouTube.
Yes.
Anyway, welcome to the morning show. Should we take a call and then should we do like some geography, like find a small town in America, review some shows?
That sounds good to me. We had 4 people call in the second that this show started, which we always appreciate. But this Jake Eliff guy, I've never seen him call in before, so I invited him to join.
Hell yeah. And maybe I'll do a baseball reference deep dive. We were just talking about that.
Oh, you definitely should.
Boom, ba-doop. Jake Eliff.
So on Jolly's show, they play some game on Baseball Reference, and I don't know what game they're playing, but I'm intrigued.
Oh, they play like you have to look at the box score and you have to guess the player.
Oh.
I'd be so bad at that because I don't know if it's before 2004. I don't know anything. Just like 90s Yankees from the World Series DVDs because I lived in places we didn't get the game.
Right.
And if it's from before 2017 and about like any national, I know nothing.
Yeah.
Like I didn't grow up how baseball works. I grew up a Yankee fan. Recently, I've delved into the whole league and following everything.
Right.
I obviously knew the American League because the Yankees played a lot of American League teams. But like, my knowledge of the National League is almost zero.
Right.
People get mad at me when I get things wrong. I'm like, why? I'm not hiding that fact.
Yeah.
Hello?
Oh, hello, Jake.
Well, Jake ditched us, so I just invited the first person in line,
Not Jake.
which was our guy Alex.
Not Jake.
What's up, Alex? How are you?
Not much. I'm doing pretty good. I can't lie.
That's good. Do you,
How are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm good. I am, busy praying that the heat goes away. And
I'm doing the same.
I'm lonely. My dogs are at the boarding. They're boarded for the week, and Katie and James are away with my family on a little like vacation. So I've just been home alone, which is a wild
That's
thing.
not
to
the
do.
worst thing.
Yeah, I've just been getting work done, so that's cool. I moved my entire computer and office out of the basement to the upstairs kitchen. Just commandeered it.
Okay.
And the
Okay.
Yankees are playing games that end at 1 a.m., which stinks, and they're like bad, so that stinks. So I'm all right, all things considered.
Yeah, it's terrible. I did not have fun yesterday, or I guess today.
They're just like lifeless, man.
Staying up.
Yeah.
It's
How
not
are you?
fun. It's
How's
not
your
fun.
Tuesday going?
It's going pretty good. I'm in college. I got out of class. I have another class in a little bit.
What
Just
class was
hanging
it?
out. Intro to mass media.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it pro mass media
Yeah.
or like anti mass media?
I'd say it's fairly neutral so far.
Okay. Wow. Great. No bias.
Yeah.
What's the goal of
I guess
mass media? Just learning how it works?
Yeah, I don't know. This is only my second week, so it's just kind of like,
It's true. And it's an intro class. Are you a freshman or a sophomore?
yeah. I'm a freshman.
So you're a freshman in
So-
college, so you're like 2 weeks into college life?
Yes.
Is it fun? That's usually the best time. It's like summer camp.
No, I'm having a good time. The only downside is my dorm room's about 85 degrees at all times.
Oh,
It's
yeah, that
not
stinks.
not pleasant.
That stinks. My school, the history building, which I was a history major, didn't have AC. So I like only wore gray shirts, and I had to quickly buy a
Right.
ton of new shirts because I would sweat. Like I went in with a light gray shirt and I left with a dark gray shirt, and people were looking at me and I was like just shrugging, like, I don't know, man. Like, it's fucking so hot in here. So I had to buy new shirts to wear. But that was when I was still wearing cotton all the time. Like, I'm out on cotton because I've identified the problem. But that's awesome. Do you have a
No.
major yet?
Yes. As of right now, it's journalism.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. I mean, I'm having a good time here so far. I can't complain.
What school? Unless you don't want to say.
No, I don't mind. Stony Brook.
Oh, nice. We had
Yeah.
there's a baseball player, Canadian baseball player, played at Stony Brook, and he lived at our house for a summer. Johnny Caputo, I believe.
Oh,
Got
that's
drafted by the A's at a high school, and then went to Stony Brook.
I'm trying. There was a.
They had
he was
won
on the
the
Mets
World
earlier this year.
Or went to the World Series. Stony Brook went to the World Series in like 2013, something like that.
Yeah, probably somewhere around there. He was on the Mets this year, outfielder for the Mets this year. He played here.
It's probably on that 2013 team. I'll find him.
Probably. I don't know. I'm blanking on the name right now. He's the long hair, long blonde hair. I believe Mets fans love him.
Travis Jankowski.
Yeah, it's Jankowski. Yeah, he played here. I believe.
Yeah, Stony Brook. He's from Lancaster. That's where my dogs are from.
PA.
Yeah,
Really?
not
Or the
not
Lancaster Barnstorm.
not Lancaster.
Oh,
Lancaster.
Oh.
You have
Oh.
to say it like you're Amish.
Yeah.
Lancaster.
we're still talking about the same town.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying there's two different.
Oh,
No,
okay.
just don't pronounce it
I thought
like a
was
noob. It's Lancaster.
I've never heard you say noob, and I didn't like it.
That's rocket power, right?
No,
Or is that internet?
I don't know.
Shuby is rocket power? Anyway. All right. Well, what's your next class today?
I think it's another intro. It's another intro class. It's intro to digital journalism. So
Yeah. If you're like smart at all,
kind of-
you could just pick up a hobby during class and you're fine. Intro classes are nothing.
Yeah.
I would just read. I just bring a book and read.
Right now, my hobby during class is just mindlessly looking at Instagram or baseball stuff or just writing stuff down. You know.
I'm a big doodler. I just trace everything. Cool. All right. Well, thanks for calling in, man. Appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. You too.
All right. See you, man. I'm on Baseball Reference now. I'm at Stony Brook. People that have been drafted for or like played from Stony Brook. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that have accrued WAR or have played because one guy has 0 WAR.
Right.
Daniel Zamora. But he was drafted in 2015. So, like, it is recent. There's one from 1995. Joe Nathan. Wow, I didn't know that. He got 26.7 WAR. I didn't know he was a Stony Brook guy. Then Travis Jankowski has the second most WAR. Then Tom Kohler. Nick Trapino. I know that name. Was he on the Yankees?
I don't know that name, unfortunately.
He was not. Why do I know this name? Damn. I don't know. It's a name that I feel like I know. So now I'm upset. It doesn't seem like I should know it, but I should know it. Hey, how I used to do this. How I used to do Baseball Reference deep dive, and I'm recording my screen, so you have this for like the YouTube now. I am on randomnamegenerator.com. Actually, this is a weird one. It's called behindthename.com. So it's different than the one I usually go. The options are masculine, feminine, ambiguous. So we'll just go masculine because that means we're going to get like a male name, which is going to help us out more, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck? It gave me Alexander Loop. I'm out on that website.
See ya.
I'm just going to go to the regular random name generator I used to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Male names. You can go common, average, or rare. What would you like?
Average.
Generate name. I'll give you 3 options, Maddie.
Okay.
Malcolm, Alberto, or Marvin.
Malcolm.
Okay, so now we'll go to Baseball Reference. How many Malcolms do you think played in the big leagues?
I will go with 24.
What? You think 24 Malcolms played in the big leagues?
I'm assuming, based on your reaction, that you think that's very high.
That's crazy high.
Oh. I said 24. You misheard.
Oh, what did you mean to say? 2 to 4?
Yeah.
That's good because there's 2.
I told you.
Yeah, 2 to 4. You were right.
Yeah.
Well, actually, there's a guy named Scrappy Brown, and his first name was Malcolm, so there's 3.
So you're saying I hit the nail on the head, 2 to 4.
You know what? There's a lot that go by Mac, so there are more than just the 2. Because I found a
Right.
Mac MacArthur, and his given name was Malcolm. His name was Malcolm MacArthur. What a mouthful of a name. So he's my first click. I used to do stuff like finding the best red, remember? There was like all these guys with the nickname Red. It was like,
Right.
who was the best
Right.
of all the Reds? Mal Eason was, his given name was Malcolm. So you got a lot. So we'll find the best of all of the given names Malcolm. There's like 5.
This is fine. When we're done this, can you give me a name that has had around 24 so I can understand the name's commonality?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know how to like find that. We can just like punch
You
in
have to guess a name that would be around 24.
Trevor, but
Okay.
recently. There was like no Trevors in baseball before 2015, and now it's dominating the sport.
Right.
Mac Hills, that's a cool name. Malcolm McDonald, I already clicked on him, right? Wait. Wow, there's a Malcolm MacArthur and Malcolm McDonald. So like the Macs like naming their kids Mac. And then Joe McDonald's name was Malcolm McDonald. If my last name started with Mac, I don't think I'd name my kid Mac. Because then their nickname could very easily be Mac.
Which kind of in on that nickname.
All right. Mac MacArthur is from the United Kingdom, and he has negative 1.1 WAR. He didn't even play in the bigs. He's out. Why did he even come up? Okay, Mal Eason played in the big leagues from 1900 to 1906. He's buried at Black Oak Cemetery in Arizona. And his nickname was Kid. So we can learn more about him if you want. Mal Mallet. So Mal. Malcolm Francis Mallet. He appeared in 2 games, finished 1. When you have so many guys that have that little experience, and then you hear the number that there's only 20,000 big leaguers ever, and we have like 50% of them played in 2 seasons or less.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of big leaguers that played in, say, 10 years is so few for a sport that's been around for 150 years.
Yeah.
We don't celebrate that nearly enough. It should be much more known. Like, DJ LeMahieu just got 10 years service time. He's the 5,000th, or whatever it is. I don't know how many people.
Might be less.
I think I did this once too. This is an aside. Let's find it. How many MLB players 10 years? We only think of the guys that get 10 years. Like, that's all our.
Mm-hmm. So when you say 20,000, we're kind of thinking a lot of these guys got 10 years, but in reality, that's not the case.
Yeah. This is an article, but it doesn't seem to have the number. Come on, make the info easy to find. 82nd. Active player. No, not full-time. Okay, I'm out. If I can't find it easily, I'm out. Mac Hills, his name was Malcolm Hills. Played for the Yankees in 1 game. Scored a run, but got an at bat and scored a run for the Yankees. Oh, this guy looks badass. Malcolm McDonald. He played in 2 games for the Giants. He got 3 hits and scored a run. Anyone popping out to you? This guy played in 10 games.
Mal played in like 2 games, right? So that's not really an option.
Yeah, unless we want to go look at that game.
No, go with the first guy.
This guy's name is just Malcolm. No last name. His last name's unknown. He debuted in 1939, and he got 1 game, 1 plate appearance, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 total base in 1939.
That's incredible.
Oh, I think this is the like a Negro League player, so they don't have a lot of info on him. Yes. Yes. So there's less info. All right, Scrappy Brown. I think he's also Malcolm Elmore Brown. So there's not a lot of info. All right, so we got Joe Mack, 10 games. Malcolm McDonald, 2 games. Malcolm Hills. Who's the best Malcolm then? It's like a really... Man, it's tough. If there's a Malcolm that comes around in the league, you have such a good chance to be the best Malcolm to ever play baseball. Right now, the leader in WAR of all Malcolms is Mac Hills with 0.2.
Ooh.
Is there a Malcolm in the minor league system? Like, we need to let him know. We have that ability. You run Farm to Fame.
I'll let him know. But on Baseball Reference, it'll bring up minor leaguers.
But active minor leaguers named Malcolm. Shoot. Because we got to let them know they have like a hell of a chance. They got to beat... Who's the leader in the clubhouse? Mac Hills. Buried in Cambridge Cemetery. Bats right. Throws right. He's got 0.2 WAR, and that leads all the Malcolms. He made his debut in 1924. Baseball Reference so crazy, I bet they have a bio on this guy. Mac Hills played for the New Haven Professors in 1927, and in a September game played each of 9 positions. All right. We got an Andrew Romine on our hands here.
There's 1 Malcolm in the active minor leagues.
What's his name?
1 sec, I'll find it. Malcolm Van Buren. He's a pitcher drafted by Kansas City in the 31st round in 2016. And this season, he has a 4.55 ERA in 28 appearances.
Do you
So he's
think-
a relief pitcher.
Oh, damn. You think this puts a lot of pressure on him?
Probably.
Now, did you check to see if there's any people named Mac that are actual Malcolms?
No, I just searched Malcolm on Minor Leaguers Baseball Reference.
All
And then
right.
scrolled until I saw a bold one. And he's the only bold one, which means active.
Yeah. I don't know. It might be put too much pressure on him to try and beat out Mac Hills. Mac Hills, did you hear what I said? He played every position in the minor league game.
I did hear that.
He appeared in one game with the 1924 Yankees coming up from the Atlanta Crackers. That seems like a...
Yeah.
Why were they named that?
Oh, this guy's actively on the Braves in High A. 23 years old.
Oh, the Atlanta Crackers were named after the Atlanta Firecrackers.
Okay.
Was that the guy you had?
Yeah.
For Van Buren?
Van Buren.
Malcolm Van Buren is a very...
How long would it take a reliever to get to .3 WAR?
I'd have to ask Foolish Baseball. Should we ask Jolly?
Yeah. Is Jolly here?
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Let's see who. Just go ask the office who's the best at war.
Okay.
Who's the best at knowing war? Because we got a mission on our hands now. And then I'll tell you more about the 5'10", 165-pound Malcolm David Hills. He kind of looked like Jordan Montgomery. He's from Massachusetts. All right, so in his debut game, Mac Hills debuted for the Yankees in September 13th. He got one inning. The Yankees are up 16-1. Bullet Joe Bush pitched a 9-inning one-hitter. And when did our guy Malcolm get in here? Where are you? Oh, he reached on an error. Damn. He pinch hit for Aaron Ward to lead off the 9th inning in a 14-0 game. Reached on an error. Probably a hit. Bad scorekeeping. Then Bullet Joe Bush, the pitcher, who was in his 9th inning, hit a double to score him. So that was what he did in his debut for the Yankees. Now let's play a fun game I used to play called This is the 20s. So there's going to be some fun names. Let's read off the names from these teams in the 1920s. On the Yankees, we had Whitey, Joe, Babe, Wally, Bob, Fred, Aaron, Mac, Everett, and Bullet. Whitey, Joe, Babe, Wally, Bob, Fred, Aaron, Mac, Everett, Bullet, and Lou. Lou as well. On the White Sox, we had Johnny, Harry, Eddie, Earl, Bib, Willie, Ray, Bernie, Buck, Mike, Ted, Maurice, and Happy. Not that crazy. I mean, we got Happy. Buck's probably a nickname. Bib's probably a nickname. Bernie's probably a nickname, but not like a baseball nickname. Probably just like short for like Barnaby. Happy Foreman's real name was August Foreman. He was a pitcher, and he got 11.1 innings pitched over 6 games. I'm saying, man. Buck Krause's real name was Clyde. He's pretty good. Bib Falk's real name was Bib. His middle name was August. 2 of these guys had the name August. That's rare. His brother was Chet Falk. He also played. And Bib's nickname was Jockey. Was he short? No, he's 6 foot tall. Bernie's real name was Bernard. Happy's real name was August, which is my least happy month of the year. So how do you get 0.2 WAR? I mean, we can look at what he did. Mac Hillis. He got 9 hits in 39 plate appearances with 0 walks, 6 strikeouts, 1 homer. So he did hit a home run. Who did he hit a home run off? Mac Hillis hit a home run off. It was an inside the park homer, Matty.
No.
So, off Dazzy Vance, a movie star. That's a Hall of Famer. Outfielder probably made a bad play. Dazzy was so mad at him. What are you looking up? You're ferociously Googling.
I have been searching for one Yankee reliever that has anywhere close to .3 WAR, and none of them do. They're way over. Other than Greg Weisser, they're all like .7 or higher.
So can't you just Google like MLB players with less than 1 WAR career?
I was also looking this season. They're all over.
So if he makes it, he can accrue the WAR to be the best Malcolm in all of baseball.
That's what I'm thinking.
Do we let him know, or do we let him know when he gets to AAA?
AAA.
Where was he drafted?
31st round.
That's tough. It's a tough journey ahead, but I believe in him.
Me too.
Damn. That is a tough path. This game, 16-1, 1 hour, 43 minutes long.
Rob Manfred salivating.
Babe Ruth hit a homer. So did Bob Musial. So did Aaron Ward. The Yankees lit up Ted Lyons and Mike Svengross. All right, that's our baseball reference deep dive. Is anyone trying to call, or should we move on to a town, or should I do a review of a show or a movie I watched?
No, we have some callers.
We can do them, then move on to something else.
Okay. I invited the Jazzy Penguin.
Ooh, that's fancy.
Hello?
Hello.
Yo, can you hear me okay?
We got you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, it's clear.
Nice. How you doing?
I'm good. Just out for a morning walk with my dog, chilling.
Hell yeah. What kind of dog do you have?
Miniature schnauzer.
All right. I don't know dogs that well. I always ask that question, then I'm like, I don't really. I mean, I've heard of that.
Right. Nah, she's sweet. She's like under a year, so
Oh, nice.
just out walking.
A lot of energy.
Yeah, a lot.
Cool.
It's
What-
kind of tough, but
What else? What's going on? Got any topic
Well,
or
I've been-
question?
yeah, I've been wanting to call forever. I just never get up this early because I work crazy hours on the weekends, but here I am.
Nice.
So my hometown where I'm from is called Copperell, Texas, and it's like K through 12 high school. And in 1950 or 60, there was this like insane phenomenal weather event. I thought you would love to hear.
What's it? How do you
It's like
spell
the
it?
temperature got up to like Kopperl.
Copperell.
Yeah. They had some insane heat wave thing happen when my grandpa was a kid. Temperatures got up to like 150. Thermometers like bursted. Car batteries were melting in the street. It was insane.
Is it right by the Dallas-Fort Worth airport?
No, that's Coppell.
Okay. All right. So
This
it
is
auto
even
corrected
smaller.
to that. It keeps.
Yeah.
How do you spell it?
Kopperl.
I did C from the start, so it didn't like it. Wow, I found
Yeah.
it. It's a nice little neighborhood of a town. This is where you grew
Yeah,
up?
it's really small. There's literally nothing there. You have to go like 30 minutes away to an actual grocery store and everything.
To what it looks like Waco's by there in Fort Worth.
Yeah, kind of.
What was the town? Did you go to Hillsboro? Is that where you went to get groceries?
No, we went to Cleburne is where I kind of like graduated high school and stuff.
Okay. How many kids were in your graduating class?
In Copperell, my mom's graduating class probably had around like 20. I probably had around 20 there, but in Cleburne, where I moved to graduate high school, I had around like 500.
Okay. So that's north. I see it. That's kind of like,
Yeah.
it looks like there's a path to Fort Worth in Cleburne. Like was it 174
Yeah, there's
gets you
a-
there? And there's towns
Yeah, you
along
can
the
get there
way.
pretty quick.
There's a
Yeah.
Sam's Club. Get everything you need. All right. I'm super interested in this event. I'm gonna get lost in a little Google of it.
Yeah, it's actually insane. For the longest time, there was no like anything on it. Like when I was growing up, I graduated high school in 2017, and I always would Google it because I heard stories from my grandparents, and you could never find anything. But until recently, they finally chalked it up to like an insane weather event. But low key, I kind of think it's like some nuclear testing shit,
Oh.
to be honest.
All right. We're gonna get in here and figure this out. Thank you for the lead. We're gonna put
Yes. And then I have
researcher
one more
hat
thing,
on.
if that's cool.
Yeah. What else?
So this could be for Jake. I don't know. It's something I've never understood why he hasn't thought of or heard it on any video or anything. But so Californication, right? The lyrics where it says tidal waves,
Yep.
all you have to do is to insert Tyler Wade right there. Flows perfectly.
All right. I will let him know that. I don't know if that's Foo Fighters, right? He's a Red Hot Chili Peppers guy. Is that Red Hot Chili Peppers?
That is no, it's right.
Yeah, that's Red Hot Chili
Yeah.
Peppers. Why did I think that?
Yeah.
He's a Chili Peppers guy. So I'll just let him know it's a huge
Yeah.
miss that if Wade comes back up, he's got to do that. And
Absolutely,
we'll credit
100%.
we'll credit you and all of Copperell.
Hell yeah. And
right.
I don't know. I was the one guy who sent in the presidential draft for JJR.
Oh, nice. That was fun. We put him in a lineup, right?
Yeah,
And then we did a lineup with him.
that was like
fun.
the highlight of my life.
That was a fun one. I think people actually
Huge.
tuned in. I think it got good views and shit. I
Yeah,
think that was yeah. And then some people tuned in the baseball world. I remember a reporter. It wasn't passing, but it was someone of that ilk, like message us with theirs, and I was like, "Oh, you listened?" Oh no.
Look at that.
It wasn't passing. It was an actor that listens. every
Oh
now
wow,
and
look
then.
at me.
Yeah. That was
Look at
cool.
us,
That was
you
fun.
know?
Cool. All right, man. I'm
Huge.
gonna get lost in your hometown. I'm interested now.
Absolutely. Yeah.
right, thanks for
100%.
calling
Go
in.
for it. Yeah. See ya.
So yeah. So Maddie, on the Wikipedia for Copperell,
Mm-hmm.
pronounced Copperell. It says there right away.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They just have a climate chart.
Yes, I did see that. It's
Like
black.
right away.
Mhm.
The record high temperature in June is 140 degrees. Is that what I'm looking at?
Yeah, and it's black.
Which means you die?
I think so.
That's what he's
But-
talking about?
I mean, up here, do you want me to read this?
Yeah.
Shortly after midnight on June 15th, 1960, a freak meteorological phenomenon, a heat burst, struck the community when a dying thunderstorm collapsed over Copperell. The storm had rained itself out, and while there was no precipitation to cool down the resulting downdraft, superheated air descended upon the community in a form of extremely hot wind gusts up to 75 miles per hour.
What? I've never heard of anything like that. Above the official all-time high.
Yeah, this says above the all-time high, it hit peaking near 140 degrees, all-time high for the state of Texas, and exceeding the highest official temperature recorded on Earth. So, is this just the highest temperature of all time ever?
What's going on here? The temperatures stink. Like, the record high in August is 112 degrees, and the
Average high
average
is
has
96.
96. That's too hot. Don't live there, people.
Well, we're speaking to 225 people.
Yeah, and they probably like it. There's a lake
They
right
like it.
by. But, I mean, a heat burst, and, like, I've never heard the words, a dying thunderstorm collapsed.
No.
I didn't know that was a thing. Documented cases of heat bursts. So we had one recently in Roseburg, Oregon. But it got to 100 degrees. I mean, there's nothing even close to 140 degrees on this list. It says possible that the one in Copperell rose to above 140 as thermometers designed to detect such temperatures broke. Did people die? Like, wouldn't you die?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna Google it. Copperell heat burst.
It's called Satan's Storm. That'll give you all the results.
It was in 1904.
No, 1960.
Oh. I googled Copperell heat burst and it just says the population peaked in 1904.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a Reddit thread. Did the 140 degrees Copperell, Texas heat burst really happen
Right.
on our weather? So let's see. Heat bursts happen all the time. Hitting 140 degrees is wildly extreme, but could be true. Here are some extremes. All the extremes, like this one's from 1909 and this one's from 1949. Is there like YouTubes of heat bursts? I never heard of a heat burst. Heat burst. 11 years ago, a heat burst happened. I'm watching the news.
Guess Iowans talking, and
Iowa.
today, our Eric Hansen found out that in towns all across southwest Iowa, people were asking, did you feel what moved through town just before sunset?
At 7:13 last night, no one here in Anita had
the town sign for Anita is a bear in plaid pants holding a whale. And it says Anita, a whale of a town.
Oh my God.
And then this guy Eric Hansen's just standing in front of that sign talking about it.
clue what the next few moments were about to bring. But once it got here, no one had any question about what it was either.
Ask around,
I was in making dinner.
and you'll find
I was in my garden.
everyone remembers
I was here working.
exactly where they were
We had been out on our front patio.
when suddenly
I noticed the temperature change.
I felt this heat rising up through the window. And I said to my husband, you need to come here.
It just felt like when you open your oven after it's been preheated.
It was a big change, something that was extremely noticeable, not just minor. This was like, I thought the house was on fire. I looked out the window to see if there was something going on because it was so sudden.
All right.
climbing 9 degrees. That was new.
Anita, Iowa got it. I don't know. I don't believe that it was 140 degrees.
Wow.
I just don't. I mean, that's crazy. And it's from 1902, so it's like, what can we trust here? But Copperell, Texas is tiny.
Yeah.
Not a big place. Copperell, Texas. Driving Texas backroads. Oh, look at this. There's a YouTube video I'm watching now called Copperell Station, 208 views. Shout out to Jim Hudley. And it's just an old train station. I mean, it just looks like a building at this point, I guess, but that's cool. All right. A small town we learned about. Founded in 1881, named after Galveston banker and railroad tycoon Moritz Copperell. It was a regional shipping point along the Gulf, Colorado, and Santa Fe Railroad. It's peaked at 329 people. Man, and then it just stayed in the 200s forever?
Forever, yeah.
People don't come, people don't leave.
Mm-mm.
Just dying and breeding, it seems like.
Some would say.
You think people say that?
Some.
All we do here is die and breed.
That's what that guy opened his call with. He told us.
That's a good line.
Yeah.
If we write a movie about a small town, an old man should say that.
Yeah, right away.
Yeah. Only thing that changes in Anita is the dying and the breeding. It's good. Paints a picture.
We've been dying and breeding for
200
years.
Yeah. We don't get many visitors, and we don't go many places. We kind of like staying here in Anita. It's back roads.
I had pulled up a list when we were talking 10 years service time.
Yeah.
If I gave you one chance to name one player that hit it this season,
DJ LeMahieu.
do you know that?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay,
It's a
pick
big
somebody
deal.
else.
Pick somebody else.
Yeah, well, if you know it.
Sergio Romo.
I have to scroll through the list now.
Do Control F. Type Romo.
Okay.
But Romo's been in the league forever.
Unfortunately, incorrect.
I think he got it a couple years ago. Evan Longoria, did he get it?
I
Or
feel
did
like
he get it a couple years ago?
a couple years ago must be. Not on this.
Justin Turner.
Nope.
Looks like JD Martinez.
Yep.
Got
Good
it.
one.
Who's that on the bottom right there?
Danny Duffy.
Hell yeah, Duffy. Who's that?
Kyle Seager. Is this in last year's list?
Wow, out of date.
That's on me.
Or maybe they're just counting up. That's like a very funky website. Looks like it was made for children.
Major MLBplayers.com. 10 years. And then it lists everybody in order from when they got it.
So who's the most recent?
According to this, Yu Darvish.
Hey, who Darvish? Be in your stream tonight, Maddie. Are you in it?
I think so. I'm 5th on the sheet.
Where did I finish?
I'll tell you in
Who do you play?
10 seconds.
Or it's a
I
draft.
assume it's a draft.
So you're draftable.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think I finished my games. I vowed to take this season more seriously, and then I think I did for a while.
So this is also before the negatives go in from missing games, but you're currently in 6th.
How many negatives am I going to get?
Probably -3 because you only played 6 games.
Okay, so who do I have to play? I'll play him right now.
Today at 3 o'clock is the cutoff, FYI.
Yeah, okay.
You have to play
Jake?
Bino League Slack, and you have to play BBD, Jake.
I'm doing shows with those guys today. We can make it happen. We can play during a show.
It looks like those are the only 2 people you have to play.
Easy.
Oh, and Ice Jack.
He stinks, too.
Yeah,
so
he's last.
Is he here? So
Yeah,
I should
he's
get a
here.
game in against him.
Oh, yeah.
And he's
in
like
last.
relegated, so he doesn't care, so I'll up my points.
Probably.
That's huge. All right. I'll use him as a warm-up for Jake and BBD. They're all here. I'll play my games.
I was never concerned about
Fucking
it.
climb up the standings. Get myself in second place. I'll do it. Doubt me. See what happens.
So you currently have 4 wins. First place is 7 wins. If you sweep it,
Who's in first?
Luke,
Yeah. Where's Jake and BBD?
both 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, so I'm coming for them. They haven't played me yet.
Mhm.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, should I do these reviews of movies? It feels like we just never going to do it.
I think one week we have to start the show with that ready
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah, I wonder if this show should become more structured and punchy like I used to do it. Or if it should be rambling. Or if we should just have fun. Because it's not, we're doing it on AMP.
Yeah.
It's a small crew. I don't think the goal of the show is ever to grow.
We're at 50 minutes if you want to do something else for 10 minutes.
Why don't you put 42 seconds on the clock?
Okay.
Or no, do 45 seconds on the clock. And I'll review all the shows in 45 seconds that I've seen recently and movies.
Do you want me to show you the clock?
Yeah, you just hold it up, I
Okay.
guess. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
45 seconds to review all the shows and series I have watched recently. Blackbird on Apple TV is probably my biggest one that I enjoyed the most. I think everyone's going to like it. I love Dennis Lehane books, and I like Dennis Lehane shows. And it's about prison, which people enjoy prison stuff. It's got Mindhunter vibes and true crime because they're hunting down a serial killer, and then undercover detective and CIA, or not CIA, but it's really good. Becoming Elizabeth is a period piece that I enjoyed, but I wouldn't really recommend to a bunch of people. But if you like period pieces, it's there. Severance, I think I'm going to enjoy season 2 way more than season 1 because all I wanted in season 1 to happen was them to get to the point where they know this is happening, and then I want to watch them fix it, and that's season 2. Bam. I didn't get to some, and that's fine. I didn't get to 13 Bodies, The Cave Divers, Dark Winds, the AMC show, or the new Woodstock documentary. I'm halfway through the Elvis movie. Fell asleep. It's all right. It's good. Baz is doing it. You know that guy? You know directors?
No.
You don't know who Baz Luhrmann is?
Mm-mm.
Because you don't like Australians.
Yep.
I think he's Australian.
I chose to not know who that was.
You probably do know who he is. I just don't know how to pronounce his last name because it's like Luhrmann. He's from Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Luhrmann. Okay, Great Gatsby in 2013. Did you see that?
Yes.
That's Baz.
Love
Moulin
Baz.
Rouge back in 2001. Did you ever see that?
No.
You know about it?
No.
What about Romeo plus Juliet back in 1996?
Wait, is Moulin Rouge on Broadway?
Yes.
That's how I know the name. Romeo and Juliet? No, I've never seen that. I know what that is.
With Leonardo DiCaprio.
No, I never watched it.
And now he's doing Elvis. He's very fancy. Like he's very like theatrical in a movie, and he's in love with the 3D transitions now that we're all over Great Gatsby. I don't really like those. The 3D whip pan, like on Great Gatsby when they go across the bridge and the camera's like going from like the dude playing the trumpet in the fucking high-rise apartment, and then it like whips across the whole sky and follows him on the bridge.
Right.
He's like falling. He's doing that in the Elvis doc. I don't really like that. It's like he makes good movies, but there's just like elements of his style that I don't like. But I love Romeo plus Juliet, the Claire Danes, Leonardo DiCaprio. I do enjoy that a lot. Claire Danes has a great line in it that I would like to use more in my day-to-day life. She's asking the priest for some info, right? Because she thinks like Leo's dead. And she's like asking the priest for help. And he's fucking taking his time. Like not being quick with his answers. So Claire Dean, I think I have this on my phone. She screams at him. And it's in like a Shakespearean scream. But it's awesome. I probably have it on my phone because I've had it on my... Yeah.
Be not so long to speak, I long to die!
God.
She's holding a gun to his head as she says it.
I don't even know what she said.
Be not so long to speak, I long to die.
Jesus.
Yeah.
God.
Like, hurry up, dude. I'm suicidal over here and you're taking your time.
Yeah, yeah.
Be not so long to speak, I long to die. It's good, man. People don't realize how good that is. Also, at one point, Leonardo finds out like she died or something. Or no, he finds out that Marsupio died. And he just screams, I defy you, stars. He's cursing at the stars. Fuck you, stars. You're not aligned right now for me.
Right.
Yeah. There's a big make Shakespeare into movies kick in the late 90s. There's that. There's 10 Things I Hate About You, which is Taming of the Shrew remake or whatever. There's some others too. Like the 90s, the 1990s was a big punch of like, let's turn Shakespeare into teen comedies.
Right.
I wonder if the copyright came up or something, and that's why that happened.
Oh, probably.
You had Much Ado About Nothing, 10 Things I Hate About You, Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet in 1996, My Own Private Idaho, Shakespeare in Love won Best Picture in 1998, Richard III in 1995. Like, it was a big thing in the 90s, like, to take... Yeah, there's a ton, huh? Have you ever seen any of the ones I just said?
No.
You've never seen 10 Things I Hate About You?
No.
You should watch 10 Things I Hate About You. It's probably my favorite teen rom-com from the 90s.
Okay.
It's got Heath Ledger in it.
Ah.
And Alec Mack, who you fucking probably don't even know what that is. Alec Mack was a Nickelodeon show about a girl who there's a chemical spill and the chemicals out of the bins, she gets like seeped in them or whatever.
Yeah.
And then she gets powers. She can turn herself into like a puddle and slide underneath doors. She can, I think, move things with her brain.
Powers.
Yeah, Alec Mack. She's also in Mad Men and 10 Things I Hate About You. Probably one of my first like young crushes of like when she was in Alec Mack when I was like 8.
Right.
Crush on her. I don't know her real name. Alec Mack was the show. The Secret World of Alex Mack. Alex Mack. Such a good intro.
Would you want to grow up here? I have to. I'm Alex Mack. I was just another average kid until my first day of junior high. One minute I'm locked.
Would you want to grow up here? I have to. It looked like a fucking nice suburban town, man.
Yeah. I have to.
I have to. All right, that's the morning show. Was she like naked in this scene as a little girl?
No. No.
I mean, this is too much. She's like 13.
Oh, she's behind stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like very.
Oh no, it's
very
too
clear
much.
she's naked and hiding behind boxes.
Yes, too much. Can't do
She
that.
always wore a backwards hat. She was like the cool girl,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, I looked up on to see why there were so many Shakespeare movies, and there's nothing definitive. The demographic idea is boomers viewed Shakespeare as the greatest writer ever, and now they were taking up the creative decision making in studios.
Okay. That is interesting. Like on public, public domain comes up.
Right.
There's websites that track it, like everything that's going to be in the public domain. I think
Mickey Mouse.
they're going to pay off Congress
Yeah.
again. But I think like Winnie the Pooh's coming up soon, so that's why we saw like the one last like sanctioned, paid for the rights Winnie the Pooh movie. Because when they come up, then you get all the spin-offs,
Yeah.
like comedy Winnie the Pooh or horror Winnie the Pooh or
Right.
like all the different like genres, because the copyright holders don't have a say anymore.
Right.
So then you get all those. There was one that we just got like so many different versions of it in 2021. And yeah, you usually see like the one last like big movie because whatever I just said. This website stinks. It's 100 years, right?
Yes.
If they're 100, like some Hemingway stuff, but
No, I think it's less than that.
it is.
Or at least it started less than that, and then Disney kept backing it up further and further.
Yeah, they do that. Like Great Gatsby was the other thing. That was the last push when they did that because it was coming up soon.
Right.
And then you're gonna get like all the different versions of Great Gatsby. So.
But with the Mickey, it's just Steamboat Willie, I think, that would hit the...
I think it's the whole character. I don't know. Goodbye. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. Spooky. That's the end of the show.